The power of silence and confusion. Confuse them with your silence.
In a loud world where everyone clamors to be heard, the most revolutionary act can be to say nothing at all. Silence contains immense power when wielded thoughtfully. Your voice holds value. Use it judiciously. Speak when words enrich understanding, but also embrace the strength of remaining quiet, allowing your actions to speak for you. Confuse and intrigue others by your judicious silence.
The allure of always having to speak.
Lips set loose with no filter in place share everything carelessly. Thoughts tumble out in disarray, lacking shape and direction. Speech framed without purpose embodies chaos. Every notion gets voiced, regardless of relevance. Little consideration is given to whether words enlighten or debase. The allure of always needing to speak springs from insecurity. It seeks validation by ceaseless opinionating, but restless lips often betray muddled minds. They crave attention to prove their worth. Beware those quick to speak authoritatively on any matter, however ignorant. The impulse to portray confidence and status overrides honesty. Their jumbled notions pretend at wisdom, but foolish consistency lacks virtue. Seldom do they pause to weigh whether words align with truth. If error escapes detection when mired in noise, what matter the means by which esteem is gained? Silence grounds unruly tongues prone to mislead.
The power in restraint.
Those disciplined in thought-harnessed speech to uplift, instruct, and bless. Their words flow purposefully, neither waning into a trickle nor flooding the plains. Insight guides expression down straight channels. Opinions align with truth, not chasing approval. Minds steadied by stillness require no vindication. Secure identity rests not on perceived cleverness, nor is it swayed by each shifting wind of doctrine. They embody conviction without contriving an image. Substance needs no dressing by endless chatter. Restraint secures influence, where impulsiveness forfeits it. The wise retain words until meaning crystallizes. Speech not buttressed by experience collapses under its own weight, but prudent reserves become wells from which communities draw water. Those who tame wayward tongues shine light without distorting it. Their voice moves souls by vision, not vain ambition. Brevity distills power in what little they utter. Truth sustains such influence long after eloquent lips grow silent.
Let success silence critics.
Detractors dwell anxiously on what you say about them, ever alert for slights. Their unrest has many roots, but chiefly pride. They crave control by keeping others defensive. But while fear of criticism confines, indifference to it liberates. Refuse to be goaded into reaction. Success without validation frustrates their aims. Nothing provokes like disregard for provocation. Consider the bully emboldened by causing reactions. But when their taunts are met by unflinching resolve, confusion follows. The script has changed. The usual cues elicit no response. With their strategy foiled, weakness becomes visible. Now the antagonist's insecurity lays bare. Critics fall silent when denied the friction that feeds their zeal. Deprive them of anything to criticize. Walk away from arguments not worth winning. Some devote such energy inventing faults. It leaves none for introspection. Haters show them a mirror, but they see only your reflection. Since truth earns their scorn, let integrity speak for itself. Make excellence undeniable by feats, not futile exchanges. In time, most stop kicking against such steadfastness.
Do not explain yourself.
The desperate urge to explain springs from conceit. It assumes the good opinion of others essential. But those content in their skin needn't justify everything. Not all merit a hearing, nor care for your qualms. Clarification rarely persuades the prejudiced. Their willful blindness blocks plain sight. So do not grovel to validate yourself. Let deeds define your character. When actions speak clearly, adding words muddles the message. Imagine an artist insisting every observer admire their work. What does such insecurity reveal? No further pleading can capture what the art itself does not. Likewise, if integrity won't compel respect, neither will empty speech. Demanding to be understood often achieves the opposite. Only blame yourself if transparent virtue gets obscured. Explanations also betray doubt. They imply confidence requires external validation. But the self-assured do not anxiously chase affirmation, nor do they recoil at lack of praise. Critics are free to judge on their own terms, but you decide what deserves a response. Expending breath to enforce unanimity is futile. Let character speak through conduct.
Deprive detractors of fuel.
Critics stay busy deciphering your words to use against you. So show no interest in their opinions, neither delight nor rage. The indifferent deny adversaries leverage, but the defensive invite persistent assaults to crack composure. Why supply ammunition, enabling attacks on your dignity? Revealing sensitivities, hands them weapons. Safest to disclose little. Let their blows glance off, finding no purchase. Without reaction, outrage exhausts itself. It has no organizer to sustain momentum. Their complaints become a cacophony with no rhythm. But refusal to engage starves their zeal, which feeds on friction. Haters depend on those they despise for purpose. Deprive them of anything to criticize, and their movement disintegrates. The blameless need not live on trial. You have no duty to refute each frivolous charge leveled against you. Nor should you anxiously await a favorable verdict. Even false witnesses pile up for the innocent. But time brings truth to light with or without you. Lies expire quickly when left alone. Do not act as self-appointed PR representative or waste breath explaining yourself. Just continue living admirably in broad daylight.
Confuse them with unpredictable grace.
Show goodness exceeding expectation. Surprise critics through radical kindness beyond what their malice deserves. Do not retaliate, but overcome evil with virtue. Treat others better than they treat you. What they intend for harm, redirect by reflecting light. Make their conscience do the work your words could not. Unpredictable grace startles more than anger. Consider how rare mercy bewilders entitled hearts. Their hostility presumes reciprocation, eye for eye. But grace scrambles the codes governing everyday life. Your atypical response bewilders their calculus. It reveals goodness, not oppression, as the inexplicable anomaly. What they once considered normal now appears obviously corrupt. By loving those conditioned to hate, you display the astonishing power animating your life. Their accusations lose force once exposed as unjustified. Critics who sought a fool to spar with walk away humbled by unanticipated wisdom. Stand firm in truth, but stay unpredictable in expressing love. Wield silence as a weapon to disarm them. Influential voices distinguish sound from noise. Their words edify because these lips first learned silence. They wield speech decisively because they refrain casually. But fools vomit up notions never properly digested. The careless speaker and frequently drunkard reveal the same lack of discipline. So speak with purpose or hold your peace. Do not chase validation of your worth. Critics resent excellence that eclipses their own, but light attracts some while repelling others. Shine thanklessly by living well. Let jealousy howl into a void. Your poise, while under fire, will inspire allies. But stooping to petty conflict forfeits dignity. Meet malice with silent grace and allow your life to confound critics. I hope you were able to connect with the immense power of silence and its ability to confound critics. To be sure, there are some situations where it is wise to refrain from speech. For more on this, I recommend watching the video.
10 situations where it's better to stay silent to succeed.
The link is in the description below. At Entire Self, we seek to nurture growth through self-discovery. Our aim is to integrate all aspects of our being, mind, body, and spirit into a holistic life of purpose. Developing the discernment to know when silence is best enables this journey toward wholeness. If this discussion on the strengths of strategic silence resonated with you, join our community to explore more about wise speech. Together, we can learn the art of judicious verbal expression. Every voice carries value, once tempered by wisdom to uplift and enlighten. Share your insights on this topic by commenting below. By rediscovering our entire selves, we can live and relate to others with greater integrity and empathy. You deserve to become your best entire self.